Good morning to all. Dear students, in our this class, we will discuss Indian Renaissance. Renaissance means reawakening or the rebirth. It is a French term meaning the rebirth. It is the revival of Greco Roman learning in the 15th and 16th century after the long winter of the dark medieval period in Europe. It is used as the Renaissance or Punarjagran Kal in Europe. But this term is also used for the revival of the Indian society also, especially after the exposure to English language. So here it is called the Renaissance in India. The conquest of India by the British during the 18th and 19th century exposed some serious weaknesses and drawbacks of Indian social institutions. The introduction of Western education and ideas had the far reaching impact on the Indian society. The native intellectuals used the opportunity to interact with the English class, democratic values, modern science, and ideologies. The social reformists used it as a means of intellectual awakening and social reforms. Applying reason, justice, and progress, a select group of individuals began to explore the nature of their own society. The resultant cultural change led to introspection about Indian traditions, institutions, and culture. There were many of our social practices which were ill in nature. The society was misled by superstitious beliefs and some mythical notions, grossly anti scientific in nature. All these things were realized by our those social leaders and reformers, and they tried to change it. The socio intellectual revolution that took place in the 19th century in the fields of philosophy, literature, science, politics, and social reforms is often known as Indian Renaissance. Indian Renaissance is actually the social political reforms started in that century, 19th century. The Renaissance was especially focused in Bengal. Doreggio encouraged his pupils ask questions and think for themselves. But his followers were intoxicated with the false sense of superiority of the West and ridiculed every Hindu belief. That is the dark side of the influence of English. But it did not last long. The missionaries used them and converted them. But at last, the Hindu leaders realized the risk and decided to use English in a better way. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, and Keshav Chandra Sen were among them, to name a few. Ram Mohan Roy was founder of the Brahma Samaj in 1828. The idea behind it was to abolition caste, dowry, and sati pratha systems through education. Hindu Dharma Sabha was founded in 1830 by Raja Ram Mohan Roy to limit the instruction of English culture in India. Swami Dayanand Saraswati was the founder of Arya Samaj, formerly established in Bombay on 7th April 1875. The belief in only one Supreme Almighty or Creator known by name Om, founded on the infallibility authority of Vedas. That was the foundation of Arya Samaj. The Theosophical Society was founded in New York in 1875 by Madame Blavatsky and her friends. Annie Besant was its president in India in 1907. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan founded the Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College, which later developed into the Aligarh Muslim University. The religious reformers and reformist group played an integral part in the ushering in the Indian Renaissance, though they also functioned at religious levels. There were many other groups that developed during this period. Tattvabodhini Sabha by Debendranath Tagore to popularize Brahma Dharma or Brahma faith. Paramhans Yoganand founded Yogoda Satsang Society. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar formed the Ratnagiri Hindu Sabha in 1924, aiming to the preservation of Hindu social and cultural heritage. These leaders proved to be mature and responsible in awakening people from the long sleep. Social reforms, educational reforms, and religious reforms paved the way for the political emancipation of our country that resulted in our freedom. What our book says. With the arrival of Sir William Jones, education in India entered into a new phase of development. Sir Jones was a great lover of Indians and their sacred literature. He founded the Bengal Asiatic Society, published various renderings of Sakuntala and Hitopdesa, and addressed an astonishing series of odes to various Hindu gods. He also wrote a long verse tale, The Hindu Wife or The Enchanted Fruit, based on an episode of the Mahabharata. Other significant developments also took place at this time. Jonathan Duncan started the Sanskrit College at Banaras and Charles Grunt issued the valuable observations. The three significant factors that emerged at this moment, which led to the concretization of action in this situation, were: first, the intellectualism and Renaissance ardor among the Indians, as symbolized by Raja Ram Mohan Roy; second, the perseverance of the Christian missionaries; and third, the persuasiveness of Macaulay's prose style. These factors went a long way in defining with unmistakable clarity the course of education in India for the next 100 years and more. Some of us were negatively influenced by it, and they started disliking our own culture and tradition. But others, they realized the opportunity, they realized the potential of our culture, and they used this new system to show to the world our gems, our real power, our real worth. Indians gradually began to accept English as the medium of their expression. Those who were gifted began to use it creatively in their writings. Although English language was not the obvious choice as medium of expression for Indians, they were skillfully able to adapt and use the language to create excellent works of literature. This renaissance in India made English more homely, indigenous, and patriotic. And as a result, now we can say that about Indian issues, about Indian themes, we can give literary expression to our ideas as in Bengali, in Odia, in Gujarati, in Rajasthani, so is in English. With this, we come to the end of our this class. Thank you for watching and stay safe and secure.